Welcome back, everybody, to the Sacramento Kings MyLeague here in NBA 2K20 as we continue to move throughout the month of January. Our Hornets not doing too hot, but as the great Octagonal Gaming once said, yes, I am hyping myself up to be great, but as I once said, it's time to bring out the tanks. So this team is in full-on tank mode. Here's a look at the All-Star teams. I wanted to see the All-Star rosters, and for whatever reason, they had to draft now, even though it's not scheduled for another 2 weeks. Okay. Team LeBron versus Team Giannis. No Hornets on there, which is not really a surprise. Maybe could have seen a guy like Anthony Edwards, but to be fair, I'm not shocked that Edwards is not on the team. Looking at the award races, you got the Greek Freak, the favorite for MVP. Rookie of the Year is where it gets weird. Edwards is not in first, nor is he in second. James Wiseman and LaMelo Ball are both ahead of him, which I strongly disagree with. John Wall, the favorite for Sixth Man of the Year. Got some other former All-Stars in there as well, and DeMarcus Cousins and Hassan Whiteside. Mo Bamba was also in there. Kawhi Leonard, the favorite for Defensive Player of the Year. And Markelle still does not have a jump shot. Fultz, the favorite for Most Improved of the Orlando Magic. Here's a look at our numbers. Edwards leading the way, over 23 points per game. He has been obviously a monster for this team. Miles Bridges has continued to surprise me. I did not think he'd be second in points per game at this point in the season. Michael Porter Jr. has been good. Not great, certainly not bad. Malik Monk was balling out before his injury. Mobley's been a little bit banged up, but he's been pretty good for the most part. PJ Washington's been playing a little bit better after his slow start, but still got to improve after having a great rookie season last year, only 10.4 per game so far this year after putting up 18.5 the season ago. Winslow right around that 10 mark, almost below 10, but not quite, as he's been the main sixth man with Malik Monk out of the rotation because of his injury. Devontae Graham's doing solid. Bruno Fernando has been pretty good. Noel, Schofield, they've been all right. Nothing too special about them. So we've got some NBA hoops. 22-15 Boston Celtics headed to the Spectrum Center to take on the Charlotte Hornets. And of course, Kemba Walker headed back to Charlotte. Not the first time he's played here as a Celtic, but certainly one of the first few, and he still got that standing O from the crowd. Speaking of Kumbaya, Kemba, there he is in the corner for three. Celtics up by one. Walker showing the moves on Anthony Edwards for the floater as the superstar of the past, Kemba, facing the superstar of the present in Mr. Edwards. 17-12, Jalen Noble launches a prayer and it falls. Second-year man out of Washington hitting that one. And then step back, splash. That's Devontae Graham for three. 19-26, Marcus Morris beating the buzzer. But Devontae Graham will say, what you can do, I can do better. As Graham immediately hurries to the other end of the court, hitting the mid-ranger. Danger on to quarter number two, and the Hornets continue to eat as PJ Washington getting breakfast, lunch, dinner, and leftovers on that one. Justice Winslow, bad defense on that play, and then Porter for three, more wide open. Then McDonald's drive-through at 5 o'clock in the morning. 8-point lead here for Charlotte. Kemba Walker with the nifty pass over Grant Williams, former Tennessee Volunteer, and then Jason Tatum rising to the occasion. Two hands for safety. 43-49. There's Michael Porter Jr. for three, bringing the lead up to 9. Another nice pass from Kemba over to Grant Williams, who misses it. Williams gets his own board twice and gets the putback. 45-54. Edwards with the spin move over to P.J. Washington for the layup. Paul Washington Jr. in other words. There's 45-56 now until Anthony Edwards hits the nothing but net three ball in the corner. Charlotte looking good. As there's Kemba Walker with a nice shot inside. Solid game in this one for Walker. He finished with 30 points, and he was at his best here in the second half. And speaking of the second half, P.J. Washington getting off to a pretty nice start. There's a second-year guard from Purdue, Carson Edwards, with the floater. Celtics are really trying to claw back into this game, but Charlotte's been too much for them. So here's Edwards on the inbound, finding Vincent Poirier, the Frenchman, for the layup, 57-66. There's Justice Winslow from the top of the key for 3. 57-69. Nice. As there's Poirier now for 3. 60-71. Carson Edwards getting mean with the screen. And then Edwards from a land of far, far away. Reservations for 3, please. So the Celtics have now cut the lead to 8. Make that 6. Off of the nice move inside from Morris. As Charlotte gets the block. Graham, cross-court pass for Porter, who beats the buzzer. Hornets take an 11-point lead to exit the third. Now in quarter number 4, Kemba Walker over to Grant Williams, but Michael Porter Jr. says, not in my house. Williams does get the ball back and puts it back in, 73-84. Kemba Walker driving by Edwards with pure ease, getting the layup to fall. Celtics down by 9 as J-Tay showing off the play, and he gets it to Jaylen Brown, getting mean with the throw down. It's now 81-88. Washington no good, getting his own board. Glass cleaning, shot making. So 81-90. Grant Williams immediately on the other end answers with the layup. 7-point game as Mobley over to Miles. London Bridges is falling down. Miles Bridges for 3. Every time the Celtics try to come back, Charlotte answers right back. Here's Jaylen Brown with a nice windmill dunk, but Anthony Edwards says, what you can do, I can do better, +1. And 1 for Edwards, the rookie out of Georgia, and then he gets the steal and will go upstairs where Grandma hides the cookies. 91-103, nice step back splash from Kemba Walker, the former All-Star with these Hornets. And then Walker, step back, getting mean to Anthony Edwards' ankles, but Edwards immediately answers back with a two-handed throwdown, and the Hornets continue to have a comfortable lead. Tatum over to Kumbaya Kemba for 3. Celtics cut the lead down to 5, 104-111. Walker gets it to Tatum for 3. It's good. Celtics cut the lead to 4, but it's not going to be enough. Charlotte gets the win. 114-107. Nice battle from the Boston Celtics, but Charlotte had the lead pretty much the whole game. Didn't look back since the end of the third quarter. And a little bit of an upset in this one. Celtics in the playoff hunt. Hornets are not, but, you know, it is fun to see some continuity every once in a while. So, 107-111. 50 seconds left here against the Jazz, who, by the way, are the worst team in the NBA for whatever reason. Donovan Mitchell has put up 46 on our team. No one else is doing anything for the Jazz. No wonder they suck. So I decided to jump into this game, see if we can finish it out, see if the Hornets can pull out the upset. As Donovan Mitchell immediately driving past Edwards. Quick mid-range shot from a free throw line. 107-113. There's Edwards for 3 off the mark, but the rookie Isaiah Mobley with the layup. And then 119-113. 3 balls no good from Bridges. Edwards gets it back, gets it to fall. So it's a 2-point game, but these free throws are going to determine who wins most likely. Donovan Mitchell makes the first one, and this young man is cold-blooded. Point number 50 on that second free throw for Mitchell. Charlotte doesn't really have a chance. They're just going to heave it up. Edwards' shot is off the mark, and Donovan Mitchell absolutely carries the Jazz to a win. And I think it's safe to say Donovan Mitchell might be out 1 to 2 weeks with an injury, and to be more specific, a back injury, because that's where the team was on this entire game. Mitchell single-handedly won that one for Utah. So now on Martin Luther King Jr. Day, the Hornets head out to Rip City to take on Damian Lillard and the Portland Trail Blazers. And Donovan Mitchell ain't the only one on a scoring tear. Damian Lillard putting up 41 points per game in his last 5 outings. Nice fadeaway from Nasir Little, the second-year man from UNC. And then another layup for Little. 8-10. There's Mr. Edwards trying to drive by Dame Dalla over to Mobley. The rookie connection does not go in as Mobley misses the mid-ranger, but Miles Bridges gets the 3 to fall. Hornets take the lead, now 13-13, as Anthony Edwards just ended that man's career. Myers Leonard, I don't know how he can keep playing, but then immediately on the other end, CJ McCollum just breaks Miles Bridges' ankles. So Miles Bridges may never get to play in this league again after that embarrassing series of events. Blazers playing hot potato. There's Dame Dalla for 3. As I found plenty of dimes on this court. He was dropping dimes all night. 22-21 after a nice 3 from Charlotte as Edwards gets the layup. 24-21 now. Washington top of the key for 3. No good. But the big man, Bruno Fernando, second-year man out of Maryland with the putback. Charlotte looking good. Now they get the steal like a robber in crime. And then Michael Porter Jr. slams it down. Charlotte up by 8. And now they're going to make it 10 plus another. MPJ with the and 1. Quinn Cook called for the foul. Hornets now up by 11 until a deep 3 for the Blazers. 36-28. Speaking of deep 3s, there's Jalen Noel from range. 39-28. Nasir Little trying to show up the dance moves. He gets it to the Bosnian beast, Yusuf Nurkic. 41-32. Hornets extend their lead even more. Noel with another 3-pointer. Jalen Noel with 13 points in this game, all 13 of which were in the first half. And then Miles Bridges will slam it on that man after getting his ankles broken by McCollum in the first quarter. He dunks on Damian Lillard. Dame was put on a poster. Put that young man in a casket. Nice layup from McCollum, and then Anthony Edwards going full-on tomahawk style with that dunk. 55-36, Hornets up big. Little misses the layup, but a nice and 1 for Damian Lillard as he was up to his usual self when it came to scoring the basketball in this game, even though the team has not played the way he would have wanted to. There's Noel for 3 again, 62-43. Edwards trying to go for the fancy layup. It does not go. Blazers going coast to coast. Nasir Little, however, is blocked. Blocked again. Welcome to the block party, everybody. And then Miles Bridges for 3, and he drills it. What a series of events there. And then to end the first half, Justice Winslow heaving up a prayer, and he gets answered. Hornets up big, headed into the locker room. Now into the second half. Miles Bridges with the steal. Hornets playing hot potato. Michael Porter Jr. with the one-handed slam. 74-54. Tough layup at the buzzer for Portland. They're making this one a little bit closer, only down by 16. However, Charlotte gets the block. Transaction denied. Sends the Hornets defense. Graham over to not Miles Bridges, PJ Washington for the layup. 80-64. There is Joe Harris. Joe who? Joe Mama over to Yusuf Nurkic for 3. Not every day do you see Nurkic from distance. And then a nice layup from Lillard brings the lead down to 11. 84-73, Portland with the steal. Damian Lillard trying to show off the moves, trying to show off the drive. Easy floater, nothing but net. Light work for the former Weber State Wildcat, as here's Edwards. Nothing but court ahead with nobody on it, no one in his way. And he's going to dunk it home, 94-79. Yusuf Nurkic with the layup. Blazers trying to stay alive in this game. They're only down by 11 at this point. But Miles Bridges in the corner pocket. Nothing but net. Bridges with a very nice game in this one. Damian Lillard with the layup. As Damian Lillard is doing exactly what Donovan Mitchell just did. And that is a good old case of putting the team on his back. Lillard with the James Harden step back. Cutting the lead to 7. And then Joe Mama over to, guess who? Dame Dalla for the and 1. Blazers cut the lead to 4. Is this choke really happening? Is Charlotte pulling off a Westlake right now? Well, Anthony Edwards doesn't approve as he gets the 3. And then on the other end, Edwards with the steal, running by Damian Lillard, dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. And then the ensuing possession, he does it again, trying to put the ice in the dagger. 108-102. McCollum loses it, gets it back, gets the layup to fall, so it's once again a 4-point game. Anthony Edwards on the drive, he gets the layup to fall quickly. 6-point lead once again for Charlotte, as Joe Harris over to Lillard, who's just going to heave it up, and it goes in. So now it's a 3-point game, and here's Anthony Edwards at the free-throw line. He's been a very, very good player tonight for the Hornets. He's been busy when it comes to scoring the basketball as he makes the first one. Second one will go out. So a 4-point play will tie the game up for the Blazers. Joe Harris for 3, no good. And the Blazers going to try to get it back to Harris. who led the NBA in three-point percentage a few years ago. He misses again. And the Charlotte Hornets win here on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Another upset. 111-107 is your final. Nice games in this one from Anthony Edwards and Damian Lillard. But maybe the tanks aren't fully loaded quite yet, as the Hornets did do well in this one. And then we have an injury. Jalen Noel with a high left ankle sprain. He's going to be out 6 to 8 weeks. He was the replacement for Malik Monk in the rotation, who got hurt. And now he's getting hurt. So who's going to have to step up for him? Well, the Hornets would call upon their G League team, the Greensboro Swarm, and call up Admiral Schofield. So he's going to take that spot. The Hornets chose between him and second-round rookie Aaron Wiggins. However, Schofield's been playing a little bit better, so he's going to get the nod. Wiggins will have to continue to prove himself in the G League. And in limited playing time so far in the NBA, with Washington and Charlotte, the thing you'll notice about Schofield's numbers is he's been extremely efficient, over 50% from three. Hasn't really played a lot this year, only a few minutes, so you can't really take this year's stats into account. We did a little bit of simming, going 2-3 in this span. Next episode will be against the Memphis Grizzlies, as we are set to take on John Morant and Jaren Jackson. So now it's having us redo the draft. I think the All-Star draft might have been glitched, but who cares? So here's a look at the All-Star roster again. No Anthony Edwards, which is really the only candidate for Charlotte, and to be fair, 3-3 for a rookie isn't bad, but on a really bad team, is that All-Star worthy? I don't really know if I'd go that far quite yet. So I'd say a reasonable goal is next year, try to make the All-Star team for Mr. Edwards. And there are some young first-time All-Stars on that team, most notably Luka Doncic, the Slovenian sensation. And then looking at the award races, again, LeBron for MVP. Anthony Edwards jumps LaMelo in the Rookie of the Year. LaMelo's not even on the voting anymore. He's not in the top 5. Wiseman still number 1. Anthony Davis now the favorite for Defensive Player of the Year. And then Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the new favorite for Most Improved. That'll do it for today's episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. And as always, have a good one. Peace.